and we are back in the rehearsal studio. Yo! I got a package. So now I have a RME Fireface 800. Neve got some candies and a new toy. Some of the headphone hangers are up. Honestly, I don't really have anything else to do here. Thinking of putting up the fabric here on this wall, but it's gonna be more hassle than it's worth, so fuck that. I'm just gonna sit and listen to some music, try out the Fireface so I know it works, all the channels and all the mic preamps, and then I'm going home. But I got a lot of stuff to do at home, so I guess I'll see you at home. Yo! I'm back. Can you see me? Probably not. I don't care. So I just went and picked up a package. Here is the casters for the desk stand. Heavy duty work table casters. So they go on the side and you can push it down. And here is the sketch. I'm gonna change it a little bit, but pretty much what we got, this is from the front, and it's gonna have two bays of 10 unit rack spaces underneath and a monitor shelf. And I got this paint. It's primer and 2-in-1 paint and primer. Got way more than I need, but I'm gonna paint the underside in this gray color, and then the monitor shelf is gonna get this brown paint that I've used pretty much everywhere. Here, for example, you can't see it. Doesn't matter, you get to see it when we are building it, hopefully soon. So now I have the paint, I have the casters. Only thing I need now is the wood. I'm gonna build it with just regular 2x4s. Also gonna solder this bastard, and this is gonna be the snake or the stage box for the live room. I'm just gonna have it in a portable rack. So I got the Mogami cables, and I'm gonna order like 150 or more connectors. I have a few at home, but absolutely not enough. Good morning. Almost just woken up to swollen and ugly. Who cares? Today we are doing fun stuff. We're building the stand today, so I'm bringing rack stuff. I don't know what they're called. Packed my bag, packed another bag full of tools. So right now we are going to the wood store to buy wood, me and my dad, and then we're building the stand. So I'll see you in a bit. Hey little boy, yo, here's my dad. Hi. We're going to buy the wood and all the other stuff. So let's see you when we've done that. Bye. Wood. We got all the wood. We got the tools. And we got the strength, I guess. And we got the coffee and the sketch. So let's just get started. There we go, with the right white balance. This is the bed, the top of the stand. Sawn out most of the bottom part. And we're ready to start putting it together. Yeah, ooh, my dad is off buying some lunch. We almost have the bottom part done. We have a few short pieces. I'm making pocket holes on these ones that goes in between there and in the middle and on the other side. Those ones are between the rack for the strength up and down. Yeah, we're making progress. So I'll see you in a bit. The bottom part is done. Almost. We're adding the legs. We had to change a little bit to fit the wheels, but I think this is gonna turn out great. It's so much easier to get to the wheels as well. So we're shortening the legs, so they're just gonna be 2 inches wider here because we're doing end cap. So 2 inches wider there, and then the wheels on this side instead of either this side or the inside. This is the back of it. It's upside down right now, and this is the front with the two 10 unit rack spaces. Yeah, we're kicking on. So, yo, see you soon. The entire underside is done with the wheels and everything. We did some changes to the sketch and they turned out great. So the only thing left to do, except cutting these down, is to add a side piece here that extends about 30 centimeters, and then a short upwards and one going straight across, and that's for the monitor shelf. There's the 2 rack base. We aren't gonna do that much more today. I'm going to spackle and wood fill where I can and where I need to, so it can dry until tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'm going here to paint this entire thing gray and the monitor shelf in the brown stain. I'm thinking I'm probably going to, and I'm gonna sand it before, but I'm thinking I might need like 2 or possibly 3 coats. And after that, all that's needed, we can't install we have to make the monitor shelf removable, because otherwise it won't fit through the door. After all that is done, only thing left to do is to get the help of some friends and lift the console up on it. Bye bye. My dad is cutting the rack. I don't know what it's called. The rack. Yeah, you know. The desk is done. These screws are gonna be, those are the only screws on both sides that are gonna be removable, because we need to take this entire thing off to get it through the door. And I've also done these. I haven't sunken them in because I don't have a drill sink or whatever it's called. So I'm gonna do that. Plus I'm gonna paint this shelf in the brown color and the base in the gray color. But it is done. I made a mistake. I love that it's thick and heavy and it's not gonna slump down over time. But I was gonna make this 40 centimeters, but I calculated 40 centimeters from the bottom. But since the console is resting on the edge here, it doesn't look as good, but it's way better than what I intended to when it comes to how much weight it handles. So I'm gonna measure out the next rack thing, so my dad can cut it as well. And then after that, we're actually gonna I'm gonna have a tiny shelf already finished. I haven't, just like a keyboard and mouse shelf that's gonna be movable. So I'm gonna use these old things for that one instead, and I'm gonna paint that entire thing in the brown color too, because there's really no space on the console for the keyboard and the mouse, and I absolutely don't want people putting their coffee mug, or me putting the coffee mug on top of the console. So yeah, we're doing that as well. And after that we are just going to spackle all the edges, clean this place up, get the rest. I miscalculated, I think, and bought a little bit more wood than what was needed, but that's good because I want to make a ladder here, a removable ladder, and we're also gonna make the stand cart that's supposed to go in there. So we need wood, so it's fine. Plus I have a little bit more wood underneath. So toodaloo for a while. Okay, quick recap. This is pretty much done. There's the rack, whatever they're called. Yeah, it's not the most beautiful thing in the world, but it absolutely, hopefully, will do its job. I'm coming back tomorrow. I'll spackle it tomorrow because we need to go home to our dogs. There we have the leftovers. Console. The rehearsal space is quite a mess because we recorded a music video this weekend and it's Monday now. There's a little desk I made. I mean, it's only gonna have like a coffee cup and maybe some notes and the keyboard and mouse. And it's movable, so I can move it anywhere I want to. Pretty simple, and it's gonna get painted in the brown color tomorrow. I think that's actually it. We have cleaned up. I had the last little bit of stuff, and now we are ready to go home. I mean, you can clean the floor and everything else some other day. I will see you tomorrow, which is like a second from now. So bye. Yo. Next morning we are back. Neve is with me, so now I don't have the same rush going home. I can stay for as long as I need to stay. So today, fix a lot of details and start painting and finish the stand. That is today's agenda. So after my cup of coffee, we are going. Yo. The desk is taken apart. I have used the wood filler or spackle. I don't know if it's called spackle in English, but that's what it's called in Swedish. And the same thing here. I haven't done it all, just a little bit. I need to clean up a few things, and the monitor shelf has gotten its first coat of paint, or stain rather. I usually go for a rosewood color in my own studio, but I figured that since this is another place and I found this walnut stain, thought, why not? I mean, it looks almost the same, just a little bit lighter. So I'm just gonna continue like taking off all the shit and clean it up and use wood filler, take off the casters, and then it's time for sanding. Yay! You can hear the excitement in my voice. This is working out really good. I like this desk a lot so far. So yeah, more work. Yo, I'm super bored, so I thought I might as well film a little bit. Everything has wood filler on it. I'm waiting for it to dry. It's dry on all the spots where it's pretty thin, but not where the holes are. Neve is taking it easy on the couch. I did too. The keyboard mouse desk it's been painted first layer, sanded down, and second layer is on there. Same with the monitor shelf. Yeah, until the wood filler is dry, I can't really do anything. I want to sand this beast down so bad so I can start painting it, or at least apply more wood filler in parts where it's probably needed. Yeah, I have nothing to do, so I'll get back to you in a bit. Bye. Yo, it's the next day. It got pretty busy here with a lot of bands rehearsing, so I felt pretty uncomfortable filming, and even if I did, it would be so much noise that I couldn't even really talk. So I mean, it's sanding and painting, you know what that looks like, so that wasn't the interesting part either way. So we'll just jump straight into the finished product. Here it is in all its glory. I'm gonna move the keyboard shelf in a little bit. So yeah, wheels, so you can move it around. 10 units and 10 units of rack space. Today I am going to plan out the rack gear. I brought a couple of things with me. So I'm gonna do some thinking, some screwing. Yeah, I'm gonna do some thinking and some sketching and plan out how everything is gonna sit. So maybe time lapse. Yo! One thing that's pissing me off always are the rack nuts or the cage bolts, whatever they're called. Or rather, why can't they make all the rack? I still don't know what they're called. Or I probably know, but I've forgotten it. I worked 12 hours yesterday to get this finished, so I'm pretty tired. But why can't they make this the same thickness? So yeah, only I have to have one type of cage nut. Yeah, it makes me so mad. I don't have a lot of them that goes on this thickness. So I might have to, or I'm gonna have to buy more. That's enough of my rant. Time lapse. I have seriously never had this much problem with rack nuts before, rack bolts. Fuck off. Let's continue. So many, but they're this variety and way too skinny there. So I'll just lay the rest on top of here. But I got the news that Erik and Tobbe is coming later tonight. So we'll lift up the console. Unless I find something else to do. Short little time lapse and then console lifting. Okay. So, what we got here, or my plan here, is this bottom part is open because I want to put a little, let's call it a stage box or whatever, a XLR patch with 8 inputs, which is all the mics that's going in this room. Sorry for making you dizzy. And 4 outputs, or all the 8 mics aren't going in here, but if I want to have 8 mics in here I can, and the rest we can just run like that. I think that's gonna be the best way. So XLR patch, the PSU power supply unit for the console is there. The API pre's are here for now. Depending on how the SR6000 sounds, I might or might not want and need the API programs. The DM5, I haven't asked Erik yet, but I want to borrow that from him. Just so that I have, if I record another band, I have a trigger to use as playback. Then an open spot, I don't know what's going in there. I don't even know if this one is gonna be here. Here I'm gonna have the ferrofish, and here I'm gonna have just a half the height. So I can run cables for the line inputs on 9 and 10, because they don't have any inputs on the back side. On the other side, this is just a regular stereo hi-fi amplifier that I use for the NS40 monitors. And then we'll have 2 units left over for whatever. And the computer, I just put it on an OSB little temporary shelf. I'm gonna buy a rack chassis for the PC so that I can have everything connected, but it's actually worked out pretty good. It takes up 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5 spaces, so the rack chassis only takes up 4. I'm gonna buy the same one I have in my studio at home. So we'll have 3 spaces left over for whatever we want, compressors probably, and in here we'll probably have 1 or 2 spaces left over for whatever. Oh yeah, I'm gonna see, we have some arms up there that I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to use, and if not, they can just tell me and I take it down. But I think we have an articulated arm for the screen. I'm hoping that I can put that on the backside so I can get it down and in front a bit, because if so, then the NS40s can lay down on the side. I don't care if they're partially blocked by the monitor or the screen. Like I said before, I'm not gonna mix through them. They're only for crowd pleasing, but having them laying down on the side is, first of all, they're gonna be closer to the right ear height, but the important thing is that they're gonna be so much more stable than if they're standing up like that. I mean, we're gonna move this around. Probably not a lot. We actually have a lot more space. I mean, I've pulled it from the wall now, but we have a lot more space to go in and out with stuff, with gear, than I thought we would. And if I push the desk right up into the corner, we're gonna have, yeah, more than enough space. So hopefully we won't have to move this like at all. Probably just only when I need to go behind it to pull some cables, and yeah. I'm gonna show you a little bit more of the desk if I can. It's really non-spacious here. I mean, you can see all the gear from the side, but I don't care. From the back side, you can also see it's open, but like I said, I don't care. I knew it wasn't gonna be the prettiest or the best desk in the world, or stand in the world, but it's functional. It does everything I need to do, and hopefully the console fits. We'll see tonight. I'm also gonna try to save as much battery as possible for tonight. I'm gonna leave the camera. So I'll see you if I've done any changes. Penis. On the perfect articulated arm. I couldn't use the whole part of it. This bottom part would have been too, maybe if I did it like that, but that wouldn't have been pretty stable. It was not wide enough. But what I could of course do is just screw this into the stand, and it would be super stable and it would have been perfect. But the 27-inch screen that I'm using and borrowing from Tobbe, I think it was Tobbe's, it doesn't have the VESA holes, so it can't be mounted on the arm. I was considering maybe using my own instead, but that would mean, yeah, that would mean 1080p instead of 1440, 1480 or whatever it is. So I don't really know what to do. I'm gonna think about it. Because with the articulated arm I can bring it really close. I'm gonna do some other stuff for a while. Well, since it's not my day today, I'm just gonna go home, cuddle with Neve, and come back when Eric and Tobbe is here. So, see you later. Are you ready? I don't think you are. Ta-da! I didn't want to film while we were carrying it. And it was such a quick thing. I mean, it took maybe 20 seconds to get it perfect on the desk, on the stand. I don't have it where it's supposed to be, of course, because I'm doing things. I'm gonna take a little bit of time and hang the drape, the backdrop fabric from there, so it's a little bit cleaner. And I'm probably gonna take this thing down too. But yeah, the console is where it's supposed to be. Next job is to get it up and running, but I want to do the background stuff first so I can push it at least further back. I mean, I need to get through to the backside to do some cable management and to run cables. Very happy so far, and I decided to go with my screen. For now, I'll probably buy a better and bigger one later, but that one will have to do for now, even though it's 1080p. Eric is coming later. If I am fairly quick, I can probably connect so that I have at least 2 channels that I can run through the desk to the computer. And I brought my hard drive so I can take it home and share it. But for now, since I have very little battery, this is it. I'm gonna do some more work, and maybe, hopefully, probably, I'll see you in a bit.